Hello, everybody, and thanks so much for tuning on in to our Valley News Now desk this morning. We have a pretty okay sunrise sitting at 20 degrees here in Fargo right now. We'll cover more of that in just a second. But, I mean, Skycam, what we're looking at right now, not looking too bad, right? One more time, thanks so much for joining us here on our Valley News Now desk. My name is Alex Larson. So we're going to kick things off talking about just that. We'll also get a check of those road conditions as well. Give me 1 second to get my screen set up to share with you here, and we will get to it. All right. I'm over on the Valley News Live website right now. Again, 20 degrees here in Fargo and cloudy. Going to stay cloudy pretty much all day. We're not going to climb too much higher. I mean, 34. But after we saw that 60 degrees or whatever it was a few days ago, that was incredible. I don't really think anything's going to be able to top that. So tomorrow we're looking at mostly sunny, a cool afternoon. I'm going to click on our 11-day planner where we've got 2 first alert weather days we're waiting for this week. One of those on Thursday, the following on Saturday. It's going to be breezy. You can see the precipitation chance there as well. Tomorrow we're looking at high of 36. Thursday for that first alert weather day, high of 41, low of 25. Friday, no first alert weather day, but windy and cold, 29, low of 21. Saturday, 32, low of 23. And then you can see as we continue on into next week, we're going to rise by the end of next week to about 40 degrees Thursday, Friday. Tuesday, going to stay a little cold still. Same with Wednesday, 34, just hovering that freezing mark there. I do want to get a check of our road conditions as well for anybody who's got to head out today. Let's see what's going on. You can see a good majority of the state, top and bottom, are green. That's going to be seasonably good. But we got a lot of blue going on, and a lot of that is in our viewing area. So, I mean, south of Holly and Detroit Lakes is pretty much where we're seeing that biggest impact. You can see partially covered roads. I'm going to hover, light slush on the roadway east of Frazee. Fergus Falls, it looks like light slush on the roadway on 210. You can see that picks up near Breckenridge. And as we head on south to Alexandria, Elbow Lake, Parker's Prairie area, we're all seeing partially covered roads. And a lot of this is light slush on the roadway or even snow. Looks like, ooh, got a crash eastbound Douglas County west of Alexandria. So if you're heading that way, be aware of that. I mean, Wheaton is kind of the only completely covered road. We'll see if we can get a picture of what's going on here. Let's give it a second. Come on. All right, there we go. Okay, that's not looking too bad, but you can see, speaking true to the completely covered, but it doesn't look like it's heavily covered. So even if your road is green, that does not mean set your cruise control at 80 out on I-94 and I-29 or in Minnesota side 75, but that does mean drive with your winter driving skills. We do still have that snow on the ground, so it's not 80 degrees on a June day by any means. You can see north of Fargo and I-29 all the way to the Canadian border. We're seeing green roads. That's, again, seasonably good. That extends west out past Devil's Lake towards Towner. Pretty much the entirety of the northwestern and central part of the state are green. But the areas that we're looking at where a lot of folks are in our viewing area is the southeastern part of the state. So you can see Lisbon. They've got completely covered snowy roads. Foreman. Wapaton, it looks like I-29 around the South Dakota border till, I want to say, man, what is that, Christine? Yeah, Christine Walcott area is when it'll clear up for snow on I-29, but completely covered with snow. You can see Wapaton seeing that as well, extending out west. Again, Lisbon, Foreman, Milner, Gwinnett area. But as we continue on west as well, we've got some completely covered icy roads. That speaks true for Lemoore and Ellendale. You can see even I-94 as well. As we get to Valley City on I-94, we're seeing partially covered slushy roads. That switches on over to ice as we continue on west towards Jamestown. So a lot going on. Remember, we'll keep you updated here throughout the day. Here on Valley News Live, you can get those updates over on your free VNN News app. Remember, that again is free, easy to use. It's in the App Store. No matter if you got an iPhone or an Android, you can get your hands on that. And our First Alert Storm team can keep you updated throughout the day, particularly as we continue to take on those First Alert weather days too. We got 2 coming up. What was it, Thursday and Saturday for the St. Patrick's Day Parade. Switching gears here, a proposal to ban flavored nicotine products in Fargo has some local business owners worried about their future. Fargo City Commission tabling the discussion last week, pushing the decision until after the June election. Valley News Team's Ethan Kramer spoke with one concerned shop owner and has our story.
There you go. Nearly everything at Sports Vape is flavored nicotine, 98 to 99% of the store's products. And a proposed city ban would wipe nearly all of it out.
It would put us out of business 100%. We would be looking at West Fargo, we'd be looking at Horace, Harwood, Frontier even called us. They said they have a spot. But the other thing is, like, this isn't a small ban we're talking about, and it doesn't solve the issues.
In the U.S., you must be 21 to purchase nicotine. Johnson argues those customers shouldn't lose access to legal products because of people who break the rules. And he says the real problem is harder to regulate.
On TikTok, you can buy the illegal products. It's not legal to sell it on TikTok, but there's all sorts of merchants.
Johnson isn't against protecting kids. He wants stiffer fines for minors caught with nicotine products and harsher penalties for shops that sell them. He says pushing businesses across city lines won't solve anything.
We shouldn't just be saying nobody can have this product just because some people are getting it that shouldn't.
But on the other side of this debate, the data. A Fargo Board of Health resolution shows 8 out of 10 youth tobacco users started with a flavored product, and nearly 1 in 5 North Dakota high schoolers currently vape. Commissioner John Strand, who also chairs the Fargo Board of Health, says that's exactly why public health is pushing for a ban.
We have public health advocates and medical advocates and public school advocates that are saying we need to do better at protecting our kids from the harms that are out there that they experience from using nicotine and vapes and tobacco products.
Strand says the City Commission's decision to table the vote was deliberate, meant to create space for more dialogue between public health officials and business owners.
So there is an absolute valid argument and position from people who are saying, don't be infringing my choice and my rights because you want to address the ills that the kids are experiencing. So it's a bona fide discussion, and there are people's jobs on the line.
Johnson says he's ready to come to the table and hopes those conversations lead somewhere.
We have some meetings that are going to be getting scheduled here for some one-on-one time, so we can work with them to find the right solution that doesn't harm businesses but prevents youth from getting the products.
In Fargo, Ethan Kramer, Valley News Live.
So Johnson says he hopes he's able to work with lawmakers on the state level to crack down on online nicotine sales. Fargo's big air show is coming back with the Thunderbirds once again headlining at Hector International Airport. The air show is set for August 21st and 22nd, 2027. The announcement follows a record-setting air show in 2024. The 2027 air show will also mark 80 years of the 119th wing of the North Dakota Air National Guard, the Happy Hooligans. Officials say they'll work closely with the Guard to highlight that milestone and continue their mission to entertain, honor military service members, and inspire future aviators. Details on other performers, volunteers, vendors, and ticket sales are going to be announced pretty quick. All right, that's all I got for you here on this, what are we at, Tuesday. I will see you back here tomorrow. I'm Alex Larson.